Hello and welcome to my database introduction of Library and Information Science Source, for short LISS. My name is Diane Osteen. This presentation is for Info 254 with Professor Becker. So the subjects covered through this database are automation, care and restoration of books, cataloging, censorship, circulation procedures, classification, copyright, electronic resources and ERM systems, electronic searching, government aid, library equipment and supplies, public relations, publishing books, and reference services. So for this particular database, we're going to look at who would like this kind of database and who runs this type of database. So my target audience that we're using for this database is going to be the higher education academic sector. So we would be looking at professors looking for, say a particularly rare book, a graduate student, a undergraduate student, research librarians helping students or performing their own research, and library information science graduate students. So how would they use this? So the usage would be, for example, an undergraduate student researching information about how copyright works, a library information graduate student working on a group project. For example, SJSU has a class called Info 266 that deals with circulation. So they might want to find information to discuss the procedures involved with circulation, for example, within the public library setting. Or a professor wanting to teach about censorship. They want their students to be aware that censorship exists. There is libraries celebrate not every single year on a particular month, censorship. They present students with particular books that have been challenged, and people have wanted to censor them, not have them in, for example, a public library collection due to racism or certain types of like sexism, like talking books that pertain to LGBTQ community, and those types of what would be called societal hot topics. And so those would be, examples of what censorship would be, and who runs it. So the platform is an online research platform called EBSCOhost. So they're the ones that support this database. So my content availability. So how much content is there and how far back does it go? So the current availability is there are 162 open access journals, 130 full text journals, 247 journals with searchable cited references. That in particular is an excellent way to find other resources for a particular topic that you might be working on, a project based, especially if they're searchable, because you don't have to go back to a different database to locate those particular articles. You can just click from that particular journal entry, those cited references to, create more information based off whatever topic you're researching. There is also 461 active indexed and abstracted journals, And this database also includes a thesaurus that has over 11,300 terms. I also included a full subject list by this link, and we can go ahead and click it, and I will take you to what that looks like. This is the Library and Information Science Source full text subject title list. They arranged this list by category, discipline, subject, the source type, ISSN, which generally is not something that students would look for, the publication name, the publisher, when does indexing and abstracting start and stop, a full text start and stop. This also indicates if it's been peer reviewed, which is useful, especially when you're conducting research. So for example, you can see here, this category is education, teaching and instruction is the discipline, educational technology is a subject. This is an academic journal. The full list gives you not only academic journals, but let me see if I can find an example. There's also magazines. Oh, sorry. No, this is just journals. No, here are the magazines. Sorry. Okay. I knew I had seen them before. So there are magazines as well. So for example, this one is Politics and Government. It is talks about human rights, intellectual freedom. It is a magazine. The title is Newsletter on Intellectual Freedom. The publisher is the American Library Association, and see here it tells you the indexing, abstract, begin date, end date, and all that other information. So that is very useful. And then we're going to go back. So the earliest publication that I found is actually January 1st, 1900. It is an academic journal titled Annual Report Journal Collection, NISC. And then I also included a full list of that database. For the database, this isn't really pertinent, doesn't really, I guess for the basic researcher, coverage policy core means sources which are indexed and abstracted in their entirety, so cover to cover. Priority refers to sources with a substantial volume of materials relevant to the field. Then you have source type, book, monograph, academic journal, the ISSN as well, publication name, publisher, start and stop dates of that indexing and abstracting. The thing that would benefit here would be peer reviewed and PDF. So they do have quite a number of different databases that have both peer reviewed and PDF, but as you can see, not a lot of them do, like these ones here do not. This one just has the peer reviewed, but it doesn't have a PDF. But see, this particular topic here, Annals of Library and Information Studies, that one has both. So you would just have to browse through and see what you could find. And those are linked there for you. And that is the end of my presentation. I would like to thank you for watching, and please view my basic research skills video as well as my advanced researching skills video for more tips and tricks on LISS.